Hi, and welcome. Today we'll look at how to handle the end of life of products in LCA, when part of that product, either material or energy, can be recovered. This is where you get to figure out how LCA can be used in the circular economy. You finally made it this far. Congratulations. You adjust your LCA to make it fit your circular product at the inventory stage of the life of the LCA framework. After this, you can apply the impact assessment and reiterate. Linear products have a definite beginning and a definite end. Applying LCA to such products is relatively straightforward. You start with the resources extracted and track all the processes throughout the life of the product right up until its disposal. You derive results by adding up all the emissions and resources used throughout the life of the linear product. Now, when we have a product system where waste is converted back into goods, things can get a bit tricky. Let's take the plastic coffee cup example. The life of the product starts with the extraction of fossil fuels, followed by refining the oil and various chemical processes to produce the polypropylene. The polypropylene is molded into a cup, which is then packaged, shipped, and distributed. The cup is used to drink coffee and then thrown away. It is collected along with other garbage, transported, and finally disposed of. Now, if we get some material back at the end of the product life, how should we account for that? Well, you might say, that's easy. We simply deduct the quantity we get back at the end from the original quantity produced. For example, if we made 1 kilogram of polypropylene to begin with, and we are able to get 90% of that back at the end of the product life by recycling, then we can reduce the elementary flows of the initial 1 kilogram by 90%. In other words, 90% of the original production flows are displaced. The 10% that was not recuperated would end up as disposed waste. This is called the closed loop approximation method, or closed loop recycling method. It is not possible to use this method when the recovered product, which might be energy in the form of steam or electricity, is not used further upstream in the original manufacturing processes. For this method to work, what is recovered needs to be a substitute for the original inputs. It also wouldn't work for cases of open loop recycling, where the recovered material or substances are then turned into other products. I will now introduce you to another approach which can be used for both closed and open loop recycling, and it requires allocation. The first thing you need to realize about your product life is that we start with creating a product that increases in value through the production chain until it reaches its use phase, until it reaches you. You paid for your disposable coffee cup, and everyone involved in the chain before you was paid to contribute towards the product. In other words, every unit process prior to the use phase involved the flow of a good. The flow of crude oil to the refinery, the flow of polypropylene granulate to the cup manufacturer, and so on. Once the disposable cup has been used, we need to pay someone else to take it from us and dispose of it. From this point on, everyone involved in the life cycle is paid to take care of our waste. There is a waste flow. Let's define good and waste flows more precisely. Goods have economic value, or no value at all. So goods can have economic value or no value at all. Whereas waste has a negative economic value. It costs you to get rid of it, and you pay someone else to receive it. So what happens when we can recover some energy by incinerating the disposable cup? In this approach, we need to separate the initial product system and the recovered product system. Our coffee cup example will then end with the processing of the wasted cup. The next product system will begin with the recuperated energy. The energy being recovered is again a good. We know that waste goes into the incinerator and a good comes out. Our incinerator is a multifunctional process. In other words, we have a functional flow of getting rid of waste coming in and a functional flow of a good going out. In order to split or separate this process between the two product systems, we need allocation. We need to allocate the elementary flows and other non-functional flows associated with this process between the end of the disposable coffee cup product system and the recovered energy product system. We can base allocation on economic value, on the economic value of disposing of the cup, and the economic value of the energy recovered in the incineration process. Now, you have the basic tools in order to start building LCAs for circular products, depicting the beautiful butterfly diagram. Good luck and goodbye.